Have you ever had strong feelings for a man who was almost everything you want, except his energy wasn't coming toward you, or perhaps he was hot and cold, or maybe he started out coming on strong, but started to pull away when things became serious or when you started to develop an interest? Hey everyone, this is Tom, and my wife Helena is busy focusing on her podcast this week, so she asked that I record a short video on a topic on which we've received a number of comments and have had a lot of discussion recently. Today I'm going to share with you why you should never chase a man and 2 things that you should do instead when the man you want isn't stepping up. But before I get started, be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss any of our latest videos. Now let's talk about this man who is almost everything you believe you want, but falls short in a few key areas. For the sake of this video, I'm going to call this man the 75% man. In reality, you could plug in any percentage here. The point is that this man is almost everything you think you want, and you likely have a stronger connection with him than with anyone else. But the problem is that the 25% that's missing with this man is often the fact that he's perhaps avoidant or isn't consistently pursuing you or doesn't value you or demonstrate genuine interest, or perhaps even worse, that his behavior indicates glaring red flags such as narcissistic or addictive or abusive tendencies that would suggest that he's perhaps not a good partner. Helena and I hear of so many women who have, through experience and introspection, carefully crafted a list of all the qualities that they feel describes their perfect partner. And when they finally find a man who has most of those qualities, their tendency is to want to grab hold and never let go. Maybe he makes them laugh and they're physically attracted to him, and he has a good job, and he even says he wants kids someday. If he only had the remaining 25% of the qualities that they need, they'd be willing to commit to him today. And when women find themselves in this situation, their tendency is often to want to figure out how to fill in that remaining 25%, how to get this man to the 100% match. When in reality, women who are with this supposed 75% man are often actually the furthest from the 100% man, because they become stuck in this 75% compromise for far longer than they would anticipate and never succeed in transforming this man. So I want to explain why this happens and a couple things that you can do if you find yourself in this situation to avoid this 75% trap. And I should mention that men also often find themselves in this 75% trap with women as well. And the reason why people find themselves in this situation is because they often have strong chemistry with a person and they don't believe they can do any better. They've found a person who ticks a number of boxes on this list of characteristics they feel they need, and they don't believe that there is anyone out there who will tick all of the boxes. The fact is that the 75% man is almost always the 0% man. The problem most people have when they encounter the 75% man or 75% woman is with the misconception that there even is this continuum or spectrum on which this person lies, that a person could sit at 75% of a 100% scale that you have. If you abandon this objective criteria, then you can reframe your mindset and focus on how this man makes you feel and what he demonstrates to you through his actions, not his job or his physical traits or any other objective criteria. If a man doesn't value you, consistently pursue you, and demonstrate through his actions that he would be a good partner, then he doesn't qualify in the first place. He's not 75%, he's 0%. Let me repeat that again and write that in the comments if that resonates with you, because I think if there's one thing to take from this video, it's that point. If a man doesn't value you, respect you, consistently pursue you, and demonstrate through his actions that he is a good partner, then he doesn't qualify in the first place. And the truth is that the right man will reveal himself to be the 100% man very quickly, and that stays consistent over time. And you can trust that you'll be attracted to the right man. You don't need a list of attributes to tell you that. He'll represent all the qualities that you want and even more. As Helena often states, trust is a feminine energy quality, and it's one that you can rely upon in this circumstance, but it begins with trusting yourself. There are two key steps to avoiding the 75% trap. The first is to make sure you understand the situation. Dispassionately assess his behavior. Is his energy coming toward you consistently? Is he demonstrating through his actions that he's interested in being in a relationship with you, or that he's motivated and capable of being a good partner if you're already in a relationship? How does his behavior make you feel? Do you feel like you can be yourself, or do you feel like you're always walking on eggshells? And if you're always feeling confused, that's almost always a red flag. Typically, his behavior or lack of behavior will tell you everything you need to know. But if you need to, you can always ask for clarity, especially if you're in a relationship or if there's an established pattern of behavior. You want to ensure that he understands how you feel and has a chance to demonstrate what that means to him. And that's why it's important that you be open and receptive when he is pursuing you and not play games. Basically, you want to rule out all the simple stuff. And once you've done that, don't overanalyze. There's usually nothing confusing going on. It's not complicated. Men's behavior is typically directly correlated with how interested and willing and capable they are. They're either moving things forward or they're not. And the faster that you can accept that, the better you'll be in the long run. Now, the second step is, once you've come to realize that this is the 75% man, you no longer need to worry about that remaining 25%. You can disregard that. It's irrelevant. You now have a choice to make. You can either accept this situation for what it is or move on. And sometimes it's difficult to move on, at least at first. So if you accept the situation for what it is, that also means accepting this man for who he is. And that's somebody who just happens to tick a few boxes on your list. And that might make this a compelling diversion, at least for a little while. So maybe set a timeline over which you're going to allow yourself to continue to engage with this person before moving on. But at some point you should lose interest, because your path to the 100% man is 100% in another direction. And that becomes a lot easier when you come to understand what you truly deserve and align yourself with people who truly value you. When you don't accept bad behavior or crumbs or anything that doesn't feel good, then you can develop a deep trust in yourself. And when you truly love, value, and respect yourself through implementing many of the tools that Helena has described on this channel and through her podcast episodes, then you'll naturally become bored with people who don't measure up to your standards, and you'll lose interest. I hope this has been helpful. If any of this resonates with you, please leave comments below, and Helena and I will talk with you again soon.